Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank the trustees, President Osperman, for inviting me to be here today on this beautiful new campus. It is absolutely wonderful to be here. Ivy Tech changes lives is their slogan, and it's so very true. In my case, it is more like Ivy Tech saves lives. You see, when I started here, I was a 35-year-old mother of 5 who had been in a severely abusive marriage for over a decade. I had no idea how to get out, no hope that I really could. But if you know me, you know I'm a little stubborn. All I knew was that if I wanted any sort of a future at all, I needed to finish my education. So Ivy Tech was step number 1. It took a lot to even get to day 1 of classes. Overcoming the obstacles at home to make it possible seemed insurmountable. But I did it, hearing constantly that it would be too hard, that I would fail all my classes, that my kids would suffer with me being out of the home at school. Those are the words that were repeating in my head at every turn. I had no confidence in my ability to be successful at school, but I knew that for my children, I had to try. When I came in to take my placement tests for math, I fell into the remedial level by just a couple of points, and the proctor said, go home, do a couple of brush up lessons on like Khan Academy, and you'll pass, no problem. I didn't have the confidence to do that. So I said, no, just put me in the remedial class. I was determined to do my very best, even if it wasn't very good. The first day of classes, I was terrified, let me tell you. I was old. I had a lot of kids, and I was so beaten down, I wasn't convinced I'd even pass a remedial class, let alone the harder ones. And then I would be humiliated at the effort. But then I actually started interacting with the campus and the staff. Every single person I met that day was kind and encouraging. And with very, very few exceptions, that never changed in my time here. Campus became a place of peace and safety for me, where I was allowed to be me without fear of repercussion. I was encouraged to grow and learn. I spent so much time here. There was a running joke that over in Pulling Hall, there was one particular chair that would have a plaque installed saying, Micah's spot. I took a chance and applied for the Student Leadership Academy. I hadn't written any sort of an essay in almost 20 years when I filled out that application. I was sure I wasn't good enough. The day I received the email that I had been selected, I was filling out the form to withdraw from all of my classes because a week prior, my now ex-husband had left me because he was sure I would fail without his financial support and having to take care of the kids and and I was going to give up and prove him right. Then I got that email and I said to myself, you made a commitment to doing this if you were selected. You can't quit now. Make it work. And so I did. And it was hard. I met Neil Bagajong when I went to that first SLA meeting, and he became one of my strongest supporters here. I would not be here today without him. He saw something in me that I did not see in myself. He planted a seed of confidence with his belief in me, and he, along with so many others here, nurtured that seed into a tree. Neil was the first, but certainly not the last. Dr. Combs, the first time I met you, your kindness, respect, and true desire to hear my thoughts and ideas was so empowering. And the same could be said the first time that I met President Osperman. I could go on and on for days about how various interactions I had with professors and staff and students here affected my life. But I won't. I'm going to jump to when Neil sent me the link for the application to become the student representative on the Indiana Commission for Higher Education. I didn't even know what that was. I went to him, and he did a little dance in his chair when I asked. And he explained, and he said he thought I would be perfect for the position. I mulled it over for a few days. I was worried about the additional responsibility with the tumultuous home life that I was hiding. and how much I would be punished for even applying. It was a huge opportunity though, and I couldn't let it pass me by. So I applied. I didn't think there was any way I would be selected for the appointment. The day I received the email, I sat there shell-shocked for a good 15 minutes. They picked me. My first meeting, I went to check into the hotel. My debit card was declined. My ex-husband had cleared out a checking account as punishment for accepting this position. I was humiliated. I was going to just sleep in my car. But the representative for Ball State overheard, asked what was going on, and used his own card to secure my room for the night. His kindness was overwhelming in the face of my utter humiliation. I vowed then and there that I would never be in that position again. Each and every meeting, I was convinced someone would figure out I wasn't good enough to be there and ask me to leave. Instead, I was welcomed with open arms. Not only was I never asked to leave, I was asked what I thought about things. My opinions and my input were valued, respected, and requested. I am so very thankful for my time there. It helped form the woman I am today in so many untold ways. Almost 5 years post-graduation, I still haven't finished my bachelor's degree. My graduation day was, of course, ruined by my ex-husband. It was the straw that finally made me start to make a plan to get out. It took almost a year, but I got into a place where I could file for divorce, something I never thought I would be able to do. So I haven't finished my bachelor's, but I am free. I am working in my field for a Fortune 500 company, doing things I never thought I could do, supporting my family with absolutely no government assistance, which I never thought I'd be able to do. Because of this institution and the amazing people inside, I am the master of my own destiny, for better or worse. There are definitely days I wonder if I thought letting me be the adult in charge was a good idea. Without Ivy Tech, I wouldn't be here. I would have died years ago. I never would have gotten out. So yes, Ivy Tech changes lives, but it saved mine.